What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live to talk about the MLB upcoming slate. I wanted to go over basically the main slate. I'm not playing the 210 slate. I didn't dig into that one in time, but I will dig into the Dodgers and Padres game, and I'll also, like I said, dig into the main slate. So let's basically first go over MLB because I will have a video for PGA later on tonight too, so be on the lookout for that. So starting off, let's talk about the Dodgers and Padres slate. So this slate did change. It had Dustin May, but he got scratched, and now Brewstar is starting. So I'm not really on either pitcher. I think that one's going to be basically a slugfest. I don't like any of them, to be honest with you. So if I had to pick between the batters, give me Trent Grisham over Cronenworth. Cronenworth has been looking really well, but Grisham is more consistent in my opinion. Tatis versus Machado. I like Tatis a lot more, but you can go either way with that one too. You have Will Myers versus Moreland. I like Will Myers much more than Mitch Moreland. I think, again, consistency is key. So, and then Onia versus Profar. I like Profar over Onia. So, if I had to really do one, it would be Grisham over Cronenworth. That would be my favorite one. But other than that, I'm not really putting a lot of money on that. So now let's go over basically the main slate. We have the Marlins versus Boston. So Trevor Rogers is starting for the Marlins, and then you have Kickham starting for Boston. This is not a good matchup at all. Both these pitchers are not doing too well. I'm not on either pitcher whatsoever, so I'm staying away from that one. The one I am getting to a lot of is Luis Castillo versus JT. Castillo should be able to mow down this lineup versus Pittsburgh. They're not good offensively whatsoever. I think JT is going to have a tough time with that lineup of Votto, Moustakas, and so on and so forth. Give me Castillo. I'm putting all my money in on that one. Speaking of that, Castillo versus Joey Votto. I'm leaning towards the Joey Votto side more so than Castillo's. I think he does well in this matchup. Continuing, we have Winker versus Moustakas. I'm liking Moustakas more so than Winker. And then let's continue basically with Sansella versus Galvis. I like Sansella more than Galvis. Going to more matchups. I mainly focus on the pitching matchups also because batters are so versatile. Like you can go basically either way with batters. It's a 50-50 shot, but with pitchers, you have more so of a good idea of what you like. DeGrom versus Wheeler. Both these guys have been dealing in their matchups. DeGrom, it has the easier side with the Phillies, in my opinion. I know that speaks a lot, but that's a tough one to me also. I'm leaning towards the DeGrom side, but don't get me wrong, Wheeler could have an excellent night. But you have Nimmo starting up front, you have Pete Alonso, you have a solid lineup in both sides. So that's a scary matchup to me. The next matchup I'm getting to a lot too is the Garrett Cole versus Tanner Roark. I'm all over Garrett Cole in this matchup by far. Continuing, Brady Singer versus Skapol. I'm getting Brady Singer. He's looked so well, and he's a great prospect. He's done excellent in his matchups. I think that he can mow through this lineup and give me all shares of him. More batters wise, Merrifield versus Dozier. I'm leaning towards the Merrifield side. Mondesi versus Perez. I like Mondesi a little bit more. Again, I don't get the much bats though. I mainly focus on the pitchings. So Lucas Giolito versus Ordizzi. That's a tough one to me also. If I had to pick a side, it would be Giolito because of Odorizzi has not looked well this season. His ERA is pretty high. Giolito has been doing well, though, on the White Sox. I like Giolito a lot more. McCullers versus Gibson. Give me McCullers in this matchup because of basically Gibson is a guy who has a target on his back versus the Astros. Astros have been pummeling him. I don't think he'll do well in this matchup whatsoever. Give me McCullers, who's coming back from injury, which will lower his ownership. I'm all over McCullers. I skipped over. Who did I skip over? Never mind. I didn't skip over anybody. Savell versus Lester. So people are going to flock to Lester in this matchup. The name speaks for itself, but he has not done well this season. Every time I play him, it's like he does more so on the awful side. I'm not getting to any Lester. Give me Savell in this matchup, who's another young guy who's been dealing. Bundy versus Smith. This is a stay away from me. I'm not on either one of these guys. Bundy has been dealing on the Angels. He's looked so well with his high strikeout percentage. Caleb Smith, on the other hand, has looked pretty decent for the Diamondbacks. I'm not on either guy. I'm skipping batters, so I'm going to go to the last pitching matchup between Drew Smiley versus Newsom. Newsom is basically a guy who's only going to pitch 4 to 5 innings. He's not going to deal whatsoever. Smiley has looked well this season. Again, I like Drew Smiley way ahead of Newsom. So if I had to go over my favorite matchups, which I will, give me one moment to basically unclick the ones. This would be my side with Castillo, Cole, Singer, McCullers, Savell, and Smiley. These are the guys I'm getting to most likely. So if you want to parlay them, I wouldn't mind. That's probably what I'm going to do tonight. But I'll get more so of the McCullers, Smiley, and Cole out of these guys. But this is my player pool with these 6 pitchers. Because like I said, I focus more on pitchers than batters because of the high variance. So that pretty much wraps that up, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more Overlay DFS videos. I hope you'll have a good day on cashing, and this player pool should get you all the way to the cashing line. Have a good one, everybody.